To the Monday evening Freestyle Fitness. You may not have my head, don't worry about it. I will stand back up in a minute. You can stand up. We're going to start sitting down anyway. So if you sit yourself down onto the mat and cross your legs. If you need to, remember you can lift the hips by putting a blanket or a pad underneath to lift the hips up so that the hips reach forward. You don't want to slump down. Bring your hands down towards your side, roll your shoulders back, tuck your chin in. We're going to bend, work on our neck stretch, work on up to our breathing. So we're going to lift our arms up, breathing in. And as we breathe out, bring it down. Now with this, we're trying to just get rid of all the day, all the things that have annoyed us, anything that's upset us. You want to just get it out of the way, blow it away. We want to think about all the blessings that we have. We want to think about filling them lungs with nice fresh air. Breathing out all the bad air, all the rubbish through our body, through our mind. Let's do 3 more. And then we're just going to breathe in and bring ourselves back to normal. So let's change the position of our legs. We're going to work on our head, but we're going to use our hands. So we're going to keep our back nice and straight. We're going to tuck our chin down and then grab our head and just give a little pull. But don't roll forward or curl down. Keep the shoulders up, but just pull the head a little bit. Hold it for 3 breaths. And then take the hands away, bring the head back to centre. So we're going to take the head back, but we're going to use our jaw by pushing it forward as we're doing it a Bruce it, so that we're stretching all the front of the neck. So again, we're keeping the shoulders down, we're lifting the head up, we're lifting that jaw towards the ceiling. Breathe more into the chest. And then bring it back down again. So we're going to change our leg position. The whole time we're doing this, we're starting to work them knees and them ankles. We're going to bring the ear towards the shoulder. We're going to use the hand to give a pull. And then we're taking our thumb down, taking it behind the back. So it's kind of coming out the other side. But we're pushing the elbow towards the floor and giving the head a pull. So we feel that stretch even more all the way up the head. Now you may find that breathing into your side lungs, the side that your head's moving away from, is easier than breathing into the side that's moving towards. But you could give it a go, something to think about. What's happening with my breathing? And then we're going to release and bring the head back up. So we're going to change sides. So again, making sure that it's tucked in. Bring it over. Give it a pull. Thumb down. It comes behind and we're pushing the elbow to the floor. We're pulling the head over, but we're keeping the body upright. We're not leaning over. We're thinking, where's it easier to breathe? Top lung, bottom lung. And again, relaxing, bringing the head round. So this time we're going to unscrew our head. We're going to look over our shoulder using our hand. We're going to try and twist the head a bit more. But we want to make sure that the elbow is pulling back, that we can't see it at the front. We want to make sure it's pulling back the whole time. Now think about the breathing again. Can we do a diagonal breath this time? Lovely. And then release. And we're going to change sides. You can change legs as well if you want. So let's change sides. I don't know if it's you or me that's stuck. I'm going to continue on here and then bringing it back to centre. So we're going to change our legs over. We're going to bring our hands forward, turn the palms in, tuck the chin and breathe out, taking the head down towards the floor. Keep breathing into the back. Then bringing it back up, taking the hands behind, pull the shoulders back, push the chest forward, lift the head up. Breathe into the front of the body. And then bringing it back up. We're going to take it over, so we're lifting the arm, reaching over to the side. And we're lifting up, taking it over to the other side. Breathing into that top lung. And then lifting back up. Let's take it round, so gripping the hand across the back, under the knee, pull and look over the shoulder. So diagonal into the breathing. And bringing it back to centre, and we're going to take it round to the other side. Breathing out, looking over the shoulder. And bringing it back to centre. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to change our legs again. We're going to breathe in this time, lifting up, and breathe out, reach forward, stretch the head forward, let the elbows fall down. Breathe into the lower back, breathe out into lift up. Zoom is not helping me today. So we're bringing ourselves back up. We're taking our hands behind our back and we're breathing in to stretch forward. And bringing it back up. So let's lift the arm, breathe in, breathe out, reach over. And breathe in, lift. Lift the other arm, breathe out, reach over. And bring it back up. Hi V, sorry about this. It threw me out, now I can't get back in. So I'm trying to record on here so at least I can send this to you so that you've got a copy of it. But it's on my phone so I can't actually answer the phone. But yeah, I've tried a few times to get back in. Hi Sati. I've tried a few times to get back into Zoom and it's just saying I've got no connection. But I've obviously got connection because I'm on Instagram. And I haven't lost Instagram, just Zoom. There's nobody in my house today, so I've got no husband and friends to blame. It's a Zoom problem. And they never got back to me last week about it. So I apologise. I will give you the ring after as soon as I've finished this. So we're bringing our legs round and we're bringing ourselves up onto our hands and knees. We're going to take ourselves into cat and cow. So we're breathing out and we're pushing up and tucking our chin in and arching through the back. We're breathing in, we're pulling them shoulders back, we're lifting the pelvis up, we're looking up. We're breathing out to go down. And breathing in to come up. Let's do 2 more of these. Breathing out. Breathing in. And 1 more before we take it into extension. Just trying to get our shoulders and our spine working. So this time we're going to take it from here. We're going to take it down and push back up. We're bringing the head and the knee together as we go into cat. So squeezing the shoulders apart, squeezing the back up towards pulling the knee in. We're pushing down into cow. We're lifting that tail up. We're lifting the head up. We're breathing out to go back into cat. We're breathing in to cow. We're breathing out as we bring the chin down, elbows tight. Breathe in, back to tabletop. Breathe out, lifting the leg. Breathe in, shoulders back into cow with a tail lift. 1 more on each side. Here we go. and bring it down. You can push back to child. You can turn the palms over, let the head drop down. Then we're going to bring it back up and start with shoulder sweeps. So reaching the arm out, breathe out, take it down, reach towards your foot, breathe in, bring it over. 3 more on this side. Breathing out, breathing in. And with this, we're starting to work the side of the body to open up. You'll feel it round the lower back. Last one. You'll also feel it through your arms, opening up the rib cage and the side, bringing it underneath. Just having a think, how does this side feel to the other side? Let's try the others. So reaching the hand out, breathing out, taking it down, breathing in, reaching over. And that's 2. And 3, and our last one. And 4. Bring it back under. So we're going to do a hip releasing child. We're taking the foot out. We're trying to make sure that the outside edge of the foot is pushing down and that we're lifting the inside edge of the foot. So you're trying to push the side of the knee up towards the ceiling. You're walking your hands forward a little. You may find that that back foot might come in. If it wants to, it will do it all naturally by itself. From here, you're pushing back, keeping the chin lifted, looking towards your thumbs. Now, don't let your elbows drop down. Try and lift your elbows by pushing with your fingers to lift the arms off the floor. So they're active as well. You're pushing down with the foot and lifting the knee so that you feel the leg active at the same time. And then we're going to come back up. You're going to walk them hands back under and you're going to bring that foot in. I'm going to change, so I'm going to come to the side so that I can get my leg out. So taking the foot out, make sure it's pushing down. Walk the hands forward. Push back, push down with the foot. Let the chin come towards the floor. Look towards your hands. Don't let the elbows drop. Push with the fingers. Engage them elbows. Engage that knee. Push down through the outside of the foot. And you'll feel this nicely stretching through the arms, through the back, through the legs. It's a nice stretch all over. So we're coming back up. And we're going to change sides one last time on each side. So taking the foot out and move over a bit. Pushing it down, walk the hands out. If that foot wants to come in, let it. Bum up, fingers active, leg active. Look towards your thumbs. And we're just coming back up. Last one. So use your breathing in here. It's a good job I do double, so make sure that I've got it on both things. I'm going to give it to Zoom tonight. They never replied back to last week's one either. So pushing down. And then we're bringing it back up and back in. So from here, we're doing active pigeon press. So I'm going to bring myself around that way. Now with this, you're bringing this knee forward and round, and then you're pushing it back. Okay, so that's where we go with one. Then with the foot at the back, and move over this way, you're taking the foot back and you're pushing the heel away. You're really trying to push that heel back. Okay, so it's both of those. Into one, then round to the other. But if you can't get the leg all the way round, just bring it and into there and just bring it back into child. So don't worry about if you can't get it all the way round. So let's start with taking the foot out. Onto the tiptoe. Push the heel away. Then you're pulling it in. It's going around and you're sitting back into child, letting the head drop down. You'll feel the stretches right through the outer hip, right up through the back. It's a lovely stretch. And then we're coming out and we're going to push back out again. So we're going to do one more of this on this side and one more, two more on this side and two, and then four on the other side. So bringing it in and sitting back. Coming up, pushing out, pulling it in and sitting back. And bring it back under. I think that was 4. Here we go with the other side. So pushing the foot away, right into your tiptoes, pull it in, bring it round, sit back. And as you can see, it's kind of like an eagle stretch for your legs as well. So it's starting again to work them knees. Work the thighs and work the hips, but you'll also feel it into the shoulders as well. 2 more. Again, doesn't matter if your head doesn't go towards your knee either. You take it to wherever it can go. Last one. And bring it back out. From here, we're going to bring ourselves up and push back to down dog. Give your legs a little walk, so step one down at a time. Now we're going to hold one down, we're going to push our chest towards the knee that's bent. Then we're bringing it in, stepping down on the other side, and again pushing our chest towards the knee that's bent. And one more on each side. Straighten the leg, push the heel to the floor if you can, and then use your body to push towards that thigh. And our last one. Pushing the foot down, pushing the body in. Lovely stretch for the back of the knees. And then from there, we're looking forward. We're going to step in. Bend the knees, lift up. So we're going into sun salutation. We're jumping, but remember you can always step if you want to. You don't have to jump. You can always put your knees down as well. So if we bring ourselves to the front of our mat, remember that we're here, but I haven't actually got time today because we're all messing about. So reach up, breathe in. Breathe out, go into a forward bend. Remember, bend your knees if you need to. You don't even have to get to the floor. Let your head drop down. You're going to breathe in and bring it to a half bend. If you want, you can bend them knees to make sure that that back is nice and straight. Shoulders back. Tucking the chin in. Bring the hands down. From here, step or jump back to down dog. Come up onto your tiptoes. Roll forward into plank. Bend the elbows, bring the chest down, roll through. Lift the knees up if you can. Come back to down dog. Bend the knees, look forward. Step or jump in. Breathe in to lift up. One more. Breathing out. Taking it to a forward bend. Breathe in into a half bend. Breathe out into down dog. Breathe in as we lift up to the toes. Breathe out to come forward. Breathe in to lift up. Breathe out to come back. Breathe in as we bend. Breathe out as we go to a forward bend. And breathe in as we lift up. Breathe out, bring it down. Lovely. So we're going to take it into our flow. I can assure you can see my feet up better in this one than you can in the other. So last week we broke it up. This time we're going to move together. And hopefully, if my counting doesn't go away, we'll do about 4. So, let's start with our feet in line with our hips. Remember to use them. We're going into chair first. So we're bringing our hands together. We're tilting our pelvis back. We're putting our pelvic floor in our abdominals. We're sitting back into our imaginary chair. We're bringing our left elbow towards our right knee. And we're using these to look up. Remember, if you need a block, you can have a block. We're taking the top hand, we're placing it on our back. And we're placing the other hand on the floor. So now it's our left hand on the floor. We're going to step back onto our tiptoe with our left foot. So we're going into a twisted bent leg triangle. We're looking up. From here, we're going to step that back foot in and place it flat down and straighten the front leg into a triangle, a reverse triangle. We're still looking up. We're still keeping this arm out. Next week we'll bring it more in. We're going to take that hand down and we're going into an inverted V. So we're looking towards our legs. Remember, you can have a block. You can have your hands here if you prefer. Now, if you want, you can take the hands down, bend that front knee, bring the weight to the front and lift that back leg up. If you have to keep it bent, you keep it bent. You can straighten it, you straighten it. You're looking towards your knee, so your head's upside down. You're going to bring the foot down, back onto the tiptoe. The foot that's coming back, you're coming back, it's going over the top and you're turning into side plank. You're bringing your hands back down and you're going back to down dog. You're coming forward, you're coming down, you're lifting to cobra. You're stepping back. From here, we're jumping or stepping in, we're lifting back up. We're doing the other side. So we're going down. We're turning to our right elbow towards our left and we're pushing and we're looking up. We're taking that back hand behind, that top hand behind, the other hand onto the floor. So the right hand's on the floor, we're going to step back with that right toe onto our tiptoe. And we're dropping our hips, but we're still twisting to look up. Now that back leg, we're going to step it in and place it flat down, pushing down the little toe. We're going to try and straighten that front leg, but we're still twisting into a reverse triangle. We're going to bring that top hand down and we're going to let our head drop into an inverted V shape, pulling that stomach muscle. You'll feel it right through the back of your legs, right through this calf muscle here. We're bending the knee, we're bringing the weight to that front foot and we're seeing if we can lift the leg up in the air. Just trying to stretch it as high as we can get it. We've got 3 limbs on the floor, so we're very safe. We're taking the leg down, bending that front leg. The front leg we're taking now is coming up. It's stepping over and we're rolling out. You can lift the arm up. You can have it here if you want to as well. We're going to go back to down dog, push back, come up, roll forward, bring it through, lift up, step back to down dog, and jump in, bend the knees, lift up. Okay, so we're going to do it 2 more times. Okay, so we're going to do that one 2 more times. So here we go. Lifting up. Bring it down into our chair position. Turn left hand to the right. Look up. Take the top hand out. Left hand to the floor. Step back with that left foot. Keep dropping them hips. Keep looking back. You'll feel that psoas muscle starting to move. Step the foot in. Straighten the front leg. Keep twisting up towards the ceiling. Lift that elbow at the back. We're going to drop the arm down. We're going to let our head drop into an inverted V shape. Letting the body just drop down, pulling that stomach muscle in. From here, we're going to go into a standing split. So we're bringing the knee forward. We're lifting up. And then we're going to bring it down. Step that foot back, step over, lift up. Let's bring it back to down dog. From over, drop, lift into up dog. Step back to down dog. Bend the knees, jump in, lift up. Let's take it to the other side. Sit down. Take the right arm towards the left leg. Twist up. Open the arms. Take the one behind the back. Step back with that right foot. Let them hips drop, but keep twisting. Step the back foot in. Straighten the front leg. Keep twisting into a triangle. Let's bring the hand down, drop the head down, relax here. Bend the knee, bring it up into standing splits. And bring the foot down, step it back, rotate out. Bring it back, back to down dog. Lift up, roll forward, drop it down and lift. And from here we're going to drop the knees. We're going to push back and let our arms relax. And then we're bringing ourselves back up. Lovely. So, we're down on the floor. We're going to stay down here and do a few exercises. We're finishing off today in splits or monkeys. So, a block or a pillow or anything like that you might need as well. From here, we're going to go into crocodile. Now, crocodile is a killer. You may want to put something underneath your knees to make it feel a little bit easier. And if it feels too much, come out of it. Don't do it. Now, with this, you start off on your hands and knees. You're then taking your legs apart and you're turning your foot. I'm going to do over this so you can see my foot a bit better. You're turning your foot out so it's pointing out in the opposite direction. You're doing that with both feet. They're both turning out. So now this is painful on them knees. So anytime you need to come out, drop the knees back in, sit back to child, okay? So we're taking the knees out to the side. We're turning the foot out, so the big toes flat down. Now with this, you're on your hands and you're just moving back very slowly. Not too much. As soon as you move back, you'll feel it. I'll do it sideways. I'm going to take the whole thing with me. It's concrete floor. I will be crying tomorrow with bruises on my knees without it. So, The feet are out there, the hands are out, and I'm just pushing back a little. It's not much, because as soon as you start to push back, you'll feel it right into your hips here. And like I said, we're going to bring the knees in. We're going to sit back to child. We always have to do it a second time. You know me. Second time's always better. Not necessarily with this one though. So we're taking them legs out as far as they can go. Turning the heels out so that the toes are on the floor. Walk the hand forward. See if you can bring your elbows down. And again, push back. Now, if you can't bring the elbows down, it doesn't matter. This is great for the insides of your thighs. If you can push back and hold and let your head drop, even better. And then bring it forward, hands down. Bring the knees in. Sit back to child. And bring it up. Sit yourself onto your butt. So if you bring your feet into soles together and then move your bottom, so lifting your bum up, bringing it in towards the heels. Grab hold of the heels. Roll the shoulders back and just pumping the legs in butterfly. And then we're holding it here. We're going to roll over so that one of your knees are down. And then you're going to use your hand on the other leg so that elbow can be on the knee, it can be on the floor. As long as it doesn't come off, you want to keep it down. You're then pushing the leg out to the side. So again, you're starting to work that inner thigh a little bit more. Now you'll know how much because it's your body, so you only push as much as you can. You'll feel it's like the ligaments that hold the leg onto the hip, you'll feel them working. And then we're going to come back up. We're going to move it to the other side. So as long as the knee's down, you can place the hand down and you're just giving that knee a little push. Now you see my knee come up then, I had to stop myself and bring it back down. You don't want the knee lifting, you want that down. Again, you'll feel it all in that back. It's starting to just start to work on these ligaments in the back, in the skin, again, hanging against. So again, we'll take it over to the other side. Bringing it down. Keep that knee down. Give that other one a push. And our last one, rolling over and pushing. And bring it back up, curl the legs together, straighten them out, give them a little shake. From here, we're going to lie ourselves down. Now if you've got a band, grab your band. If you haven't got a band, then you can just hold on to the leg. You're going to lie yourself down, bend your knees, and we're going to start with one foot. You're lifting it up. flexing the foot. Now, if you want, you can just catch here. If you've got your band, place your band along the leg. What you don't want is your shoulders lifting off the floor or your head down, but your shoulders lifting. You want to keep the shoulders down. So again, the hand can be here, or you can grab hold of the band, keeping them shoulders down. And you're just pulling that leg in towards you. Keeping that knee as straight as possible. So it doesn't matter if it doesn't go very far. You're just pulling it in. You'll feel it right through the bottom here. So we're going to bend the knee and change sides. So again, either the back of the leg or the band, whichever is easier for you, whatever you've got available. So chin tucked in, pull the leg back. Keep them shoulders down. Keep that knee as straight as you possibly can. And then we're going to change sides one more time. So this time, as we're pulling the leg in, we're going to try and push the other leg straight out. Toes pointing up, and we're again pulling the leg. So we're doing an upside down split. And we're going to bend the other leg first, and then we're going to take that leg down. Again, put the leg in or hold it here, whichever again you want. In fact, I'll do it that way. And then the other leg pushes away. Toes pulling up, we're just pulling back. Keeping the shoulders flat down on the floor. You can reach up a little bit more, you can, but remember to keep them shoulders down. That's the most important thing. That the shoulders stay down, that the leg stays straight. And then we're bringing the leg down, pull them in towards us, and just open your legs and kind of go round in a circle. So I'll turn that way. We're kind of doing that with the legs. As if you're swimming. And again, we're just getting them hips and just opening them hips, getting them moving a little bit more. So we're going to bring ourselves up onto our butt. And again, if you need to, remember to put some extra padding under your knee if you feel it. So we're bringing our foot forward and we're bringing our hand down. If you need 2 blocks or a block either side, let me just grab one. I'm losing my clock. There's down. So if you've got a block or 2 blocks that you can put your hands on, if you need to, you can always do that. Otherwise the hands are down. You're pulling your toe backwards so it's nice and straight. You can grab hold of it and you can pull yourself down towards your thigh. So you can either have your hand here and you're just dropping your hip down. The other knee is in line. You're just dropping yourself down. Like I said, if you can grab hold of it, grab hold, trying to get your chin past your knee. Now remember, if you can't get that far, you can always have the block. If you only got one, you can put it under the knee. You can always bring yourself down that way. So we're bringing it forward and we're bringing that foot back. So we're going to try the other side. So we're bringing it up. The toe comes up. We're dropping our chin down. You can always grab the foot with the same hand and we're pulling. And then we're bringing it back and we're going to change sides one more time. So again, bringing that foot up, grabbing hold where we can, pulling back, trying to get the chin to go past the knee. But make sure that toe's pulling back up. And so if you can pull it, you'll feel it more so behind that knee. And our last one. So pulling it back, grab hold, same hand, same leg, pull it back, try and get that chin down towards the knee. You'll see one side is better, easier than the other for me. And bring it back up. So we're going to take it in the opposite direction, so we're going to work the leg at the back. We're bringing the foot forward, and from there we're going to push forward. Now you may find that you don't want the knee to go over, you don't want that heel to lift, so you might just lift it forward. You're pushing forward a bit. From here you're going to lift that foot up. If you can, you grab hold of it and you're pulling it towards your bottom. You're looking forward and you're still bending forward, but you're holding this leg. Again, if it doesn't, you can always grab an elastic or a band, put it around the foot, and try and lift it as much as you can and hold it there, but push down into that thigh. This is called a Lancelot pose. But you'll feel it right in the front of that thigh. So let's change sides. So bringing the foot forward, so if you're about to propose, and then we're bending that back knee. If you can't grab it, don't worry, you can just leave it there if you want it. If you can grab it with an elastic or your hand, you're pulling the knee towards your bum, but you're still pushing into the front of that leg. So you're still bouncing forward. You'll still feel it right through the front of the thigh. And we've got to do it one more time on each side. So leaning forward, lifting the leg, pulling it in, pushing it towards the bum, but still leaning and pushing into that knee. And let's do our last one. So she falls over. And bring it down. So we're going to start taking it into our splits. We're bringing ourselves up. We're taking our foot out the same way we were doing before. But this time we're trying to wiggle it forward. So I'm going to turn this way for this bit. So with the hands down, again, if you can have 1 or 2 blocks, you may prefer that. You're bringing it forward and you're wiggling the foot. You're trying to move it forward until you get to a point where you can't go any further. I do the back one. When you've got to a point there, this back leg, either lift it and take it back. And then you're trying to hold it there. If you need to, you might find that you can put a block underneath. And that'll make it a little bit easier for you to sit on. You might have to turn it that way. And then you might be able to lift your arms off. If you can lift the arms off, if you've got something to put underneath, if you have to stay with your hands down, you stay with your hands down. But if you can relax your leg onto something, keeping that knee there, you could bring the hand behind and reach back. And then we're taking the hands down, we're pulling the leg in. So I'm going to do it from the other way this time. So we're taking that foot forward, we're giving it a wiggle, we're trying to get it past as far as it can. That back leg we're lifting, we're stretching it backwards. We're trying to get a block and place it underneath any way we can. If we need to, we still hold on to that block. We can always hold on to another block, have one under the leg. If we can let go and bring ourselves up, we take the hands behind, we push back. We've still got that toe pointing in the air. And again, we're bringing the hands down, we're pulling the leg in. We're going to change sides one last time. So again, bringing that foot forward, wiggle it. You may get to a point where you don't want to go any further and you want to keep your hands down. That is okay too. Sitting yourself back, bringing ourselves underneath, lifting ourselves back, pulling the hands back. I've got to watch I don't run out of time now on Insta. And then bring it back. Let's do our last one. So wiggle it out. Take that back leg back. Remember, you don't have to. In fact, I'll stay here for this one. You can just stay here and hold it there if you haven't got a block. Like I said, if you have, stick the block underneath your thigh. You can always take the hands back if you want to and looking up. And then bringing it down, bringing that leg back in. So if we take ourselves down, we've got to sort of relax our body out. And I want to do this before I run out on Insta. We're taking it into thread and needle, not thread and needle, rock the baby. So our legs are bent, we're bringing our hand, grabbing our foot and trying to place your foot onto the inside of your elbow and you're grabbing hold here. But again, if you want to do it like that and pull it in, that is fine as well. So we're bringing it into rock the baby. We're pushing the other leg straight out and we're rocking the baby. And you'll feel this pulling right into the hips. Then we're going to bring it over the other side of the leg and give it a pull over. Taking that arm out, keeping the shoulder down. And then we're going to bring the two knees back up. We'll do the other leg. So again, grabbing hold, trying to place it into the elbow of your arm, and then the other hand comes around and grabs hold. We're pushing the leg out and we're rocking the baby. And then we're going to take it over and pull. Let the leg knees going down on the other side. We're pulling the arm in. And then we're bringing both the knees back, pulling them in towards the chest, giving ourselves a little hug and a little rock. And then if we bring ourselves up onto our bottom, if you bring your legs into cross-legged, we're going to go into cross-legged with chin mudra, so our fingers together and stretching our hands out, pushing them down towards the side. Bring the shoulders back, tuck the chin in. You're going to breathe in through the nose and count 1, and breathe out through the nose and count 2. You're going to carry on up to 10, but if a thought comes into your head, all I want you to do is to label it thought and start back at number 1. So we're breathing out, trying to empty the lungs. I might lose you, so if I do, I'll see you, but we'll do our breathing as we go out. Remember, just to breathe normally at the end. So shoulders down, breathe out to start, and then counting the breath as you go in. Starting at the... So we're only going to... Sorry, I should have said, we're just using the lower part of the stomach. We're not using the upper part. We're just breathing it into abdominal, so we're just moving our stomach in and out. Should have said that first. So this works with the abdominal breathing. So we're breathing out, we're just breathing into our lower stomach. But 1 as we breathe in, and 2 as we breathe out. 3 as we breathe in. 4 as we breathe out. 5 as we breathe in. 6 as we breathe out. If a thought comes into our head, we go back to 1. I'm going to get you to do some inhale, so breathe in, out through the mouth,